الله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الرجال قوامون على النساء بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض وبما أنفقوا بعضهم على بعض وبما أنفقوا من أموالهم فالصالحات قانتات حافظات للغيب بما حفظ الله واللاتي تخافون نشوزهن فعظوهن واهجروهن واللاتي تخافون نشوزهن فعظوهن واهجروهن في المضاجع واضربوهن فإن أطعنكم فلا تبغوا عليهن سبيلا إن الله كان عليا كبيرا. وإن خفتم شقاق بينهما فابعثوا حكما من أهله وحكما من أهلها إن يريدا إصلاحا يوفق الله بينهما إن الله كان عليما خبيرا. واعبدوا الله ولا تشركوا به شيئا وبالوالدين إحسانا وبذي القربى واليتامى والمساكين والجار ذي القربى والجار الجنب والصاحب بالجنب وابن السبيل وما ملكت أيمانكم إن الله لا يحب من كان مختالا فخورا. الذين يبخلون ويأمرون الناس بالبخل ويكتمون ما آتاهم الله من فضله وأعتدنا للكافرين عذابا مهينا. والذين ينفقون أموالهم رئاء الناس ولا يؤمنون بالله ولا باليوم الآخر ومن يكن الشيطان له قرينا فساء قرينا. وماذا عليهم لو آمنوا بالله واليوم الآخر وأنفقوا مما رزقهم الله وكان الله بهم عليما. إن الله لا يظلم مثقال ذرة وإن تك حسنة يضاعفها ويؤت من لدنه أجرا عظيما. فكيف إذا جئنا من كل أمة بشهيد وجئنا بك على هؤلاء شهيدا. يومئذ يود الذين كفروا وعصوا الرسول لو تسوى بهم الأرض ولا يكتمون الله حديثا. صدق الله مولانا العظيم وبلغ رسوله النبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Jazakallah, brother Faiz. So in this Surah Nisa, we are moving from onward with the same topic, that what are the ingredients that contribute to betterment of individuals, the family, and society in general. So these are the topics that are discussed in Surah Nisa. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is also giving the role of a man and role of a woman that contribute in the family life, and what function does it play for the betterment of society. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Ar-rijalu qawwamuna ala nisai. So what does qawwamuna means? Qawwamuna means they are the protectors. They are the ones who are supposed to look after the interest of women. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given them a preference, because they are the one who earn money and spend money on the women. So it basically Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving the responsibility of sustenance of women on men. How? When a girl is not married and living with the parents, it is up to the parents to look after all the financial needs of a girl before she get married. And in some cases, it is the elder brothers who are earning and taking care of the family. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that, this is a responsibility of men, take care of all the women. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now is describing that who are the qualities of good women. فَالصَّالِحَاتُ قَانِتَاتُ حَافِظَاتُ لِلْغَيْبِ بِمَا حَفِظَ اللَّهُ. So these are the women who are the pious women. And qanitatu, they are the one who are the obedient or the good wives, and they take care of the interest of husband in the absence of their husband. وَالَّتِي تُخَافُونَ نَشُوزُهُنَّ وَعِظُوهُنَّ وَهْجُرُوهُنَّ. So if you fear that there's some kind of disagreement on there's a thing that women there's a disagreement with that, so a mechanism is giving how to correct that. So best thing is first is to advise a woman by her husband how to correct her act and bring the issues with that. And it also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving the next thing, that in some extreme cases what you can do is to the next step is to start a little bit of distance between husband and wives, just to show your displeasure and sleep on the separate bed. And if the things are corrected, so do not pursue anything that will hurt a woman. Inna Allah kana aliyan kabira. Allah is again exalted and is great. وَإِن قِفْتُمْ شِقَاقٌ بَيْنَهُمَا فَابْعَثُوا حَكْمًا مِنْ أَهْلِهِ. And if you still fear that there would be some kind of differences between husband and wife, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving another step how the situation can be corrected, that they should appoint one person from wife's side and one from the husband's side, and sort of find solution to all the differences that husband and wife have it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will find something better in this one. And this is something that we Muslims had in the past, and in limited form it is also there in the North America, that some of the organization are formed has the counseling service, a marriage counseling service, in which many issues are resolved. And this is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala advise Muslims, that before going to court and all that and wasting Muslims money, it is the best thing that if there's some differences between husband and wife, first husband and wife should talk to each other and try to resolve things like that. And if not, next step would be that they go to some kind of counseling service, or they have a sort of panchayat in the old country that, people will sit here, they will see one representative from women, from a bride side, that a brother or father can come and say that these are the issue, and one person can from the husband side that that these are the issues, and they try to solve it. So in the next ayat, wa'budullaha wa la tushriku. So do the ibadat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and do not associate anything with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so Allah subhanahu, as I said, that whole Surah Nisa rotate around the betterment of the society, and all the evils start with shirk. That is biggest of all the illness in the society when the shirk happen. And we have described the shirk again. And shirk, what is shirk? Shirk is, you understand shirk through tawheed. Tawheed and shirk are the opposite or of each other. So if you want to understand tawheed, you understand shirk, and if you want to understand shirk, you understand tawheed. So whole concept of tawheed is given in Surah Al-Ikhlas. That's what we accept. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Qul huwa Allahu ahad. Allah is one. This is the first pillar of tawheed, that Allah is one. There's no deity other than Allah. Allahu samad. The second concept of tawheed is samadiyat. Samadiyat means Allah is beyond and above all the needs. Allah, because in the other deities and other mythologies, people have concept that Allah needs something, Allah need to rest, Allah need to eat something, Allah needs somebody else for that. So Allah is above and beyond that. Samad means Allah is beyond any needs. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. Allah was not born by anybody, and Allah did not bear anybody. So Allah does not have any of the relationship that we know, brothers, sisters, uncle, aunts. Allah is above and all that, all the family things, relationship as we know. Walam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. And Allah does not has any shape or form. Allah is unique. So Allah is above any picture, any statue that we can imagine, any shape and form that we can imagine. So the shirk is opposite of that. So we discuss Qul huwa Allahu ahad. Allah is one. So anybody who believes in any god other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is committing shirk. Allahu samad. Allah is above and beyond any needs. So anybody associate any need with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah ma'azallah ate, Allah ma'azallah slept, and anything that we humans being need, so he's committing a shirk. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is above and above, beyond all the human relationships that we can perceive. So anybody associate any father, son, brother, sister, or any relationship that, as we know, is committing shirk. Walam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. And Allah is unique. So anybody who makes a picture of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, any statue of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is committing shirk. So as we say that Surah Ikhlas is tawheed, and anybody, and the four ingredients described in the Surah Al-Ikhlas, anybody opposes that is shirk. So this is the concept, which is very simple. All the concept of in Islam are very simple, and so is the basic concept of Islam, tawheed and risalah. So in today's time, we heard this is shirk, this is shirk, this is none of that. They even interpret love and respect as a shirk. This is none of that. And any respect of Anbiya Ikram or Awliya Ikram is interpreted as shirk. It is not. Our ulamas have described that our concept of tawheed is very simple. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing wa'budullaha wa la tushriku bihi shay'an. Obey and worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and do not associate anybody with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And bil walidaini ihsana wa bizul qurba wal yatama. So if you want to create a society, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing all the virtues that a good society has it. In good society, there's no shirk. In good society, parents are respected and loved, and in good society, the relatives, they are respected, love, and you do not sever relationship with them. Wal yatama wal masakin. And in a good society, one another, that the destitutes in those society and those orphans in those societies, they are taken care by the society and people of living in that society. And also the good neighborhood, like, just like biggest of the walls are built on individual bricks, similarly the biggest of the societies are built on the individual houses. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala emphasize that, the rights of your neighbor on you. When Jibreel came and emphasized Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam about the rights of neighbors, so Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam at point that, Jibreel kept telling him, these are the rights of your neighbors, these are the right of neighbors. So Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam even thought that, feared that maybe they will be right on the will of a person to the neighbors. Like, Allah will allocate some kind of portions to neighbors. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the command never came. But so much emphasis was given on the rights of neighbor that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam feared that. So we should not, so anybody, we are living in a society in which our neighbors, they could be Muslims, non-Muslims. So whether they are Muslims or non-Muslims, these neighbors have right on us. Well, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam lived in Makkah. Every Makkans respected him and used to call him Sadiq and Amin. But when he declared his prophethood, so his neighbor, they became very hostile toward him. Especially one of the neighbor was none other than his uncle, Abu Lahab. And Abu Lahab, he did a lot of bad things to Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The wife of Abu Lahab, her name was Jamil. What she used to do, she used to put those thorns in the front of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam doorsteps, and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam will, open the door and he will step on them. And Jamil, the aunt of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the wife of Abu Lahab, will rejoice over it. And she will, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam will take a bath, take shower, wear the clean clothes to do the ibadat, but she will throw a trash on him. So his clothes will get all dirty until he made some kind of a cover, so she could not throw it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala condemned both Abu Lahab and his wife. But even because of her hostilities toward Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, never tried to seek revenge or never said any hostile thing toward that. There were other neighbors who were, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave a very good neighbor to Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in Medina. When Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam moved to Medina, so everybody wanted to be the host of Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So everybody, all the people from Medina came out and say, come live with us. Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, great grandmother, her name was Salma. She was from Medina, the tribe of Banu Najjar of Medina. So Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, great grandfather, his name was Hashim. That's why his clan was called Banu Hashim. So Banu Hashim, Hashim, his real name was Umro. So he married a lady from Medina. Her name was Salma. So when Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam went to Medina, so the tribe of Banu Najjar, that was his great grandmother's tribe, they came and say, come stay with us. We have more right on you than anybody else. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that my she camel, her name was Qaswa, she is appointed for that. So she came and she sat down where now Masjid al-Nabi, the closest thing to the Lahad or the Khabar Mubarak is there. She sat down, and when she sat down, the nearest house of that was Hazrat Abu Ayyub Ansari. He came and said that, I live nearest to you. please give me the privilege of living, hosting you. So Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam accepted that, and he was the host, and he became the neighbor too, because he had two-storied house. So he offered above floor to Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He said that I want to live under your feet. So, but there were a lot of people who were visiting Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam preferred to live in the lower portion of Hazrat Abu Ayyub Ansari, because more people were visiting. And after that, those quarters in the Masjid al-Nabi were built, and Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, after living 6 to 8 months, I'm not sure about that, but after that he moved to Masjid al-Nabi, the quarters that he had built. So this is the right of neighbors, so we should be careful. And if we have non-Muslim neighbors, if we treat them nicely and all that, this is also a form of dawah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is also saying that these travelers, people who travel, they also have the right on you. So anybody who's traveling and wants to visit you and wants to live with you, any relative, so he has right on you. And ulmas have described it, he has right for 3 days. And your relative want to come and he's traveling, wants to live with you and all that for 3 days. After that, it is up to you if you want to extend him that, okay, you can live with me for 5 days or 1 week or something. But 3 days, any of the guest has a right on you. And wama malakat aymanukum, and those people who are under your supervision or under, so that could include your subordinates, those people, if you are a boss or in a company, so all those people, they have also a right on you, and that includes your pet, like ulama has described, wama malakat aymanukum, those people that we have discussed the word aymanukum. We have the root of that word, ashabul yamin. In Surah Waqi'ah we have seen those people who are right-handed. So this is used in many-handed. Right-handed people in the day of judgment, ashabul yamin, those right-handed people are those people whose deed or amal nama will be given in their right hand. But it is also has another root, when in the olden days in the Arabia, when people used to give their oath, just like here in Western countries, people raise their right hand and give the oath. So aymanukum means also giving the oath, those people who have and aymanukum, those people you are controlled, those things, they are in your hand, just like in English we say what you have in your hand, that means you are control of or you are in charge of. So aymanukum means those who are under you. So you could be a supervisor of some people who are under you, who are under your supervision. And Allah la yuhibbu man kana mukhtalan fakhura. And now in this part of the ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving that what are the ills of the society, and those people who are boastful and they are self-centered. Mukhtalan means those people who are self-centered, who are who is ignorant. Fakhura means those people who boast about a lot. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has condemned it, and all the scholars have condemned, like self-centeredness. A person, some Sufi scholars have described, a person should be like an earth. Earth, it is under the feet of all the people. People walk over it, people crush it, people stomp on it. But what does in turn earth give it back to the people? Beautiful flowers, fresh vegetables, fruits, and fragrant flowers. So such should be a Muslim life should be. He should be humble like an earth, but be very beneficial, very fruitful, very giving to the people around him. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has condemned those people who are arrogant and ignorant. It is one of the Sufi scholars, he had murids. So his murid wake him up in the tahajjud time, and they both went to perform the tahajjud namaz. And in the masjid, he saw a lot of people sleeping. who did not wake up for that. So the student or the murid told his sheikh or his teacher that, how lucky we are that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are praying tahajjud while the other people are, while the other people are sleeping. So that's why what happened that this scholar, that was Sheikh Sadi, he said that, it is better that you would have slept rather than wake up, because all the arrogance is bad, all that, but worse is the one who's done on ilm and ibadat. Just excuse me for 1 minute, brother. I have some time. So now this is the another ayat. الذين يقولون ويأمرون الناس بالبخل ويكتمون ما آتاهم الله من فضله وأعتدنا للكافرين عذابا مهينا. So those people who they are themselves miser, and those people who are themselves miser, and they advise other people to be miser, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling them that, a society, the people of that should be generous. So وَأَعْتَدْنَا لِلْكَافِرِينَ عَذَابًا, Allah has created a severe punishment for those people who are kuffar. And those people who spend, sometimes they use it. وَالَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ أَمْوَالُهُمْ رِئَاءَ النَّاسِ وَلَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ وَلَا بِالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling. So brother, unfortunately I have some family emergency, so I will excuse it, inshallah. So we'll meet another Sunday and we'll continue, inshallah, that. So I apologize for this. Jazakallah khair.